Well, it's not just waking up in the morning and saying, I feel depressed. It is a biochemical process, and I put this diagram on to kind of give you an idea. It's in the brain. There are certain chemicals in the brain called neurotransmitters. When a person has a deficiency of these neurotransmitters, be they serotonin, norepinephrine, or dopamine, they can develop a biochemical depression. It used to be that they would say that there were two kinds of depression. There was a reactive depression, which is someone becoming very sad because, let's say, their dog died. But then they would say that's one kind, but another kind might be an endogenous depression, which meant that the person just felt very bad and sad and hopeless and didn't know why. Now there's no distinguishing between the two. They're not labeled separately because we found that each thing can affect the person's biochemistry in their brain. So that if your dog does die and you have a hard time getting over it, you may develop decreased neurotransmitters, which would cause you to have a biochemical depression. Same thing, if you have a biochemical depression, you might react much stronger to some event that's happening in your life or in the world as a result of the fact of having a shortage of these neurotransmitters. So the one on the left is normal. Those are two nerve cells, and that's how the neurotransmitters go back and forth. In the middle, with depression, you can see that there are less neurotransmitters. And on the right, with treatment, when someone takes antidepressant medication, the number of neurotransmitters that's available to the body increase, and that's what's going to help the person feel less depressed. So that's a pretty quick and easy definition of how depression works. The point of antidepressant medication is to increase the amount of neurotransmitters available to the brain. That being said, I'm not going to talk in great detail today about medications and antidepressants, but I will certainly be touching on that next week. So I just want to set the background so you understand how this happens. I'd like to show you what we call a PET scan. PET scans are a relatively new technology. They show how the brain is working. It's radiation. A person is given an IV substance for the test, and then they're told to wait for a while, and then a little while longer, an actual X-ray is taken, a special X-ray, as you can see this. It's computerized, it's kind of like an MRI or a CAT scan, a little bit different. But you can tell on the left that a person who is depressed, their PET scan comes out without a lot of activity in their brain, and that's because they're lacking in neurotransmitters. On the right-hand side is a quote-unquote normal person who does not have depression, and you can see how lit up their brain is, how much activity is going on. Now, one thing to think of with this too is if I had another picture, which I will probably show you next week, is that a person who has mania, their brain would be even more lit up than the one of not depressed. And I don't mean their brain is lit up, I mean that the radiation is able to track areas of increased activity in the brain. So the one on the right is what we're aiming for when someone takes an antidepressant medication.